Hi, loves. Hey, I was just sharing with Joseph about an experience I had with the Unity Church growing up from the age of about 7 or 8 till I was 12. And this is, I was explaining to Joseph that, and I'm going to be making noise in the background, but anyway. Packing cigarettes, packing my own smokes. I make them fresh. I got the Golden Harvest sleeves with the mighty seal of the lions and, the magnificence of the Golden Harvest, because we are in the Golden Harvest. I don't think it's an accident that I would be provided with Golden Harvest cigarette packs with white filters so they're pure. And I was given that guidance, but anyway, I was pure in the Mount Diablo Valley as much as I could be, no matter how awful they attacked me and tried to get me. And I was sharing with Joseph about how I would go through an experience like, oh, Chip Dignabbit, my brothers want me to watch Dark Shadows again, and I don't want to, but if I don't, they're going to give me a blanket party, and they're going to fart in my face again. So how am I going to hold the light and watch this, Chips? I had to figure out how I was going to do it because I knew they were going to keep doing it. And so I figured out, okay, just be strong and think of the light while I'm watching this, Chips. Okay? While I'm watching this tit on TV. Hold your light. Okay, so then another incident would happen, like my mom would be killing herself again. Okay, how you going to hold the light through this, girl? You got to hold your light through this. You got to hold your light through this. I know it's really dark and you don't know if your mom's going to live. She's playing dead on the bed again. And she's all in the bathtub, or they're shocking her brain or giving her drugs in the mental institution again. And then she's teaching you how to astro travel, and she's teaching you about telepathy and memory and training you. But then, the next day she's trying to kill herself. And and then the next day, you don't know how long mom's going to be gone or what kind of shape she's going to be when she gets home. You gotta hold your light through that, baby. You gotta hold your light through that, and Dad's gonna try to pork you, but you gotta hold your light through that, and your brothers are gonna be porking with your friends, and everybody's gonna molest you sexually, but you gotta hold your light through that, Chips. You gotta, the mission is to hold the light, hold the light, hold the light, no matter how dim. And in the Mount Diablo Valley, let me tell you what, you got dim as chips. Everybody was in home. All the darkness, and I definitely, and I didn't understand why people weren't like me. Why they were willing, my brothers, the ones who were supposed to protect me. The little tiny sister who was all born of what? 3 pounds, 3 ounces, 3/4 of an ounce with a hole in her heart, and 3 months early? And you should be protecting that little one. What the hell is the matter with you? She's a little innocent one who's so defenseless she can't even protect herself, and she's at the mercy of her own family. My brother David fed me glass when I was 6 months old. Oh, you can imagine how it felt to eat after that, a bloody mess. Almost cut my fucking tongue out. He said he didn't do it on purpose. He was trying to feed me food. Well, I'm sorry, that glass was really fucking hard. He didn't make a mistake. He was trying to fucking tell me. Nobody can tell me. And my friends, Cindy and Kim Rose, pushed me in the pool at 2 years old. And I'm sitting there like a bubble at the bottom of the fucking pool while their mother slept on the side of the pool because she wasn't paying attention. And luckily, my mother saw the little thing at the bottom of the pool. Well, it was yours truly. Okay? My 2 friends tried to fucking kill me. No, I don't think they did intentional, but I believe that they were taken over by demons. Because they were drove by jealousy too. But they were my best friends. I loved them, but, stuff like that happened all the time. And you gotta hold your light. Luckily, your mom got you out in time. That's okay. That's okay. I'm here. I'm present. I took out my light again. And then, let's see the next thing that happened. The kids are beating the shit out of me on the playground because I got weird eyes and they won't leave me alone. They're hunting me after school in packs. In packs! Luckily, I took Kung Fu and, and I could, but I still was so defenseless. It was always a pack against me. One strong one, individually. My mother, my father. Oh, yeah, Mom, oh, okay, Dave, you came home from school and there was a bathroom was a bloody mess and the bathtub was just full of fucking, and you had to try her up. And and she lived through that one. How many, awful, ODs and I mean, I came through with, her from school at, all of 9 or so, 8, and she's dead on the floor with pills everywhere, all over. Oh, come home from school. Oh, what a lovely thing to find. I just go, hello, Mother. Mom, you flattened the floor. Oh, what do I do? Oh, God, what do I do? She won't wake up, and she did it again. Did it again. I wonder how many times my mom really died in this experience trying to get out, really. Gosh, she was tenacious. She just kept trying and trying and trying. She tried so hard, just get the hell out of here, and I don't blame her. Because maybe she was a child of light, too, like me. And she was different in her family. And they stripped her of it so dark and deep that there was nothing. All she wanted was out. Because she knew heaven was true. She knew heaven existed, and I confirmed it for her. Because I had the abilities to see. And so did she. And her mother taught her. So I understand why my mom wanted out. I really do. But I had to hold my light through all that. And that's just the beginning. There's so much, So we got to the point where we were talking about this Unity Church that I went to as a young girl. From about 8 to 12. Yeah, that's it. 8 to 12. About something like that in that area. I'm a little confused on the time frame. But yeah, definitely because I was babysitting Pierre Gallardo's daughters when I was about 12. 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. So in that area. Anyway, so I worked all summer, this summer, in this Unity Church. I had a female minister, Carol. I can't remember her last name, but Carol was the head minister. And she was so magnificent in the 70s. She like Dianne Feinstein. We had all these strong women. And she was a very masculine woman. But she was a woman. Mm-hmm. She was beautiful. And boy, I lit up like a Christmas tree seeing Carol, minister up there of her power and her presence, and just moving them. And it was beautiful. And as a woman, that was awesome. So she created this big church, the Unity Center, and everybody was in with Carol. They were vibing with her, right? And she would bring us kids up on stage and do experiments with us, and we had a great Sunday school, and we did cool things. And I made this little owl picture for my dad with 3 little owls on it for me and David and Clifford. And it was a Father's Day gift for him. I made it special. And there, at that church, I remember making that specifically. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so I was part of this church for a long time and really, enjoyed. And then this minister came, Pierre Gallardo, to be the assistant minister for Carol. Right? And starts taking over the Sunday, in charge of the Sunday school. Carol had a big administration. She had a big church to run. Mm-hmm. So Pierre took over a lot of these other duties. Well, I got my brother and my mom got really close with Pierre. Not my mom, but me and my brother. He would take us places, take us off my mom's hands, and take us to. He took me to the Tut exhibit in San Jose. Oh my God, he had to drag me out of that Tut exhibit. I was so mesmerized. by the Tut exhibit. It blew my mind. It was really an experience of a lifetime for me. Mm-hmm. Seeing that. I didn't want to leave. And never forgot it. Tut was real big. All this stuff was coming out of that Tut thing. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so Pierre would take us to these places, and take me to meetings with other ministers. And like in San Jose, he would go to a lot of meetings I would go with, and my brother would go with. And he never tried to touch me. Never. We were friends. I loved him, Pierre. Yeah. I really did. And his wife and his daughters. They're my friend. They're my family, I consider, Mm-hmm. I went to other churches with him, other ministries, like revivals and stuff. And I really got close with Pierre Gallardo and his wife. his daughters. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked all summer this one summer out at Heather Farms in Pleasant Hill. They had eucalyptus trees that you could smell through the air and awesome tennis courts. And a lot of horses, and they was very rich. This is where Cindy and Kim Rose lived. They were very rich. We were super poor. But Kim and Cindy Rose were very... So I would spend time at Heather Farms and go hang out with them. That's where Christy egged me on to steal my first candy bar, and I got busted. Because they had money and I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, my mom would send me over there to stay with Cindy and Kim, but she could never send me with money. She never had money. Really. We were poor after my dad left. Really. And so, Christy Eggy, you know, they all had candy money. Okay, we went to TG&Y. I'll never forget. I might as well share the story while I'm on the beat. Went to TG&Y there by Albertsons and Heather Farms. And I'm there with Christy Eggy and Cindy and Kim and some other couple other kids. And they're all getting their candy bars, and I'm sitting there like, man, everybody else got snacks. I got no snack. Dad? Yeah. And Christy Eggy's sitting next to me, and she goes, hey, you just steal one. I'm like, say what? I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to steal one. No, we got them. Shit, they'll never see you. Remember, I'm in the Mount Diablo Valley, loves. Remember, I'm in the Mount Diablo Valley. They'll never see you. Well, hey, everybody's going to get to eat their candy in front of you. You're going to be a fucking loser like you are. If you got the balls enough to steal that fucking candy bar.
Yeah.
No one's going to see you. No one's watching. I said, well, why don't you give me half of yours? Or have some others maybe pitch in so I can have some. I got no money, man. I got money like you guys. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? I'm all of like 8, 9. It's right before I had my first major eye surgery. And this surgery was big. It was agony for me when they first ripped my eyes out of my head for the first time. There were 3 other subsequent times after that, before they did open surgery with me. Watching them the last time in my left eye, that was righteous. Watching them tear that shit up in that left eye. Anyway, so this is right before this big surgery, like the day or 2 before this major surgery, okay? Come on. Okay? So, they all got their candy snacks, and they're all checking out the bags. And Chrissy goes, you go ahead, it's now or never, bitch. Man, I got your back, I'm watching it. Don't worry, man, I'm watching if somebody's watching. Don't worry about it, you're okay. Believe me, you're okay. I got your back. No one's going to give you none of that. You apps, they ain't going to give you shit. Laurel. So if you want anything, you're either going to steal it or you get dick. Well, I had enough dick coming at me already in my life. So I'm stealing that chips. She's got my back. Christy Eggy egged me on to the max. So I steal that chips, and sure as shit, I get out the door and click, click, click. Not, hey, what you got in your pocket there? And all my friends are standing there. Dudes, friends, everybody. Everybody.
Yeah, those kids.
And they're, between the ages of 8 and 12. Those kids. Yeah. It was a jizz. So, anyway, So, yeah. Cops haul me away in handcuffs. Handcuffs at 9 years old or 8 or whatever I was. Embarrassed as shit. And what were my friends doing over there?
Laughing about
Eating their fucking candy bars and laughing their fucking asses off at me. Well, the cop threw me in the fucking car.
And what, they took you to jail or they took you to your mom?
They took me to the station. They took me to the Walnut Creek Police Station. Yep.
So
And they have...
They used to, well, in Chicago, they used to take you straight to your mom.
Oh, when have I ever been that lucky?
I ain't too
No,
lucky.
they took me down the station. They gave me the riot act. But it was a really nice cop. And he really cared about me. And I told him I'm having surgery. They had money and I didn't. And I told this really nice cop. And he listened to me. He listened to me.
Mm-hmm.
He listened to me. And he felt my pain. He knew. I told him, you know, he knew.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going for this surgery. And I was going to cry enough in the pain of that surgery. But my heart broke. Because what happened was Christy knew there's a mirror right above me.
Yeah, I see.
We were right above the candy rack. Right there. And she knew it. She knew it. But Christy egged me on and I bought it. Because I was poor and I didn't have, you know, sometimes life leaves you, you know, no choices, but you have a choice not to do it, but people will tempt you. And will set you up like that shit every fucking time. And laugh at you as you fall for it.
I know, I went through that shit too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, like when I stole the jacket, nobody told me to do. I took a liking, and it was cold, and my jacket was all whipped.
Yeah.
I said, well, fuck, I can't get it. I'm gonna get it more with nothing, and I took it.
Mm-hmm.
Then realized my mom was gonna find it and make me take it back.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, you weren't hauled away in handcuffs in front of all your friends.
I got lucky. Well, I got lucky. I said I got lucky.
You did.
Because they stopped me, and I go like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went like this. Both jackets like that. I went like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they just saw my old jacket.
Yeah, you had your old jacket over the new one.
Yeah.
And you got away.
And it was identical.
It was really smart.
Yeah.
Super smart. Look, man, it's my jacket. Huh?
Okay, my
Yeah,
dad.
you see, you were a little smarter than the average.
Well, don't forget, my dad wanted me. I used to get a shoe store. That's what I said. My shoes. Right?
Yeah.
If they're ripping, they still got sole. I'll wear them till I can't get to. You can't wear no more. And my dad used to make us go to school, and we got shoes plus last for about like 5 years.
There's some shoes once every 5 years. Yeah, try to grow into that.
But look, I mean, for a long time, the shoes been long, and he goes, I ain't buying no more shoes, so we used to have to take those shoes,
Yeah.
the ones all ripped, and go to school in the snow with his shoes messed up.
Yeah.
And it was an old closed walk.
Oh, no, not at all. Nope. Your feet are gonna freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah. So Christy, Eggy, and all, you know, so the cop took me to the station, and I don't know how I look, but I'll just say it. Anyway, so really nice cop, and he listened to me, and he cared, and he hated to put me in that position, but he needed to teach me a very valuable lesson. Like, I needed that. I'm already going for major eye surgery. I needed my friends to totally humiliate me, right? I guess I just had that coming, right? Yeah. Guess I needed that. 2. Maybe they were jealous I was having eye surgery. I don't know. No clue. Anyway. Yeah, I needed to be kicked when I was down yet again, as usual. And the kids really talked like that in the Mount Diablo Valley, even at 8 or 9. They cussed. You were talking about Mount Diablo Valley. That's how they talked. And anyway, so the cops called my mom, and and took me to my house, even because my mom had no way to get me there, I think. And brought me home, and then I had my surgery. Oh, and that surgery was hell. Oh God, the pain. Oh, the pain. Because they're cutting my eyes right here, and they have a tray,
Mm-hmm.
and they're taking. I mean, it's a lot to get that eyeball out, especially back. And gosh, if I had it when I was 8, 63, let's say 9. When I had it was around
And back
9.
in the day, they had that very good equipment.
Yeah, so we're talking. Let me see. As I turned 10 in 73, you're talking 1972, when the technology to do this kind and fix these kind of eyes was brand new. I was like an experiment at Martinez County Hospital. So anyway, you know, but they were trying. They were trying because I got the shit beat out of me for having my eyes so weird. Literally, man. God. And plus, you know, I was going through hell at home. My mom was killing herself. My mom and dad were getting divorced. Got divorced when I was 6. My dad took off. I mean, my mom was killing herself. We're going to fault. Mom, you know, oh, God. Dad abused the crap out of us. You don't even want to know, and I'm not going to go there right now. It's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But anyway, so gotta hold that light. Gotta hold that light through all that. Gotta hold that light through all that. You know, just hold that light. It's okay. You'll get through it. See the light in the darkness, and the cop was the light in the darkness because he was really cool to me. I think he made an important impact on how I look at cops today. That one cop that helped me, that took interest in me. You know, because he came back after that surgery. And he checked on me. And you know, that meant more to me than anything. Gosh, this cop went out of his way to come back to my house and make sure I was okay. It was beautiful. And I got through that surgery in the agony. My eyes were, you know, the whites were just red. They called me the old red, white, and blue. Another thing to pick on me with, like I didn't feel weird enough. Right. But in the meantime, my mom was teaching me all these methods and transcendental meditation and astral travel, and she was also taught me meditation. She taught me the Om. She taught me about Jung. She taught me about many, you know, our bodies ourselves in the 70s. If you look it up, a lot of the esoteric teachings came out of California in the 70s. And my mother was so special, she was all over it. And she really was a teacher of it because she was Eternogiant, okay, as well, just by DNA heritage. But she was suicidal and she was manic depressed because they didn't know how to heal her trauma. And they didn't know how to deal with her, and they didn't understand her. All they did was call you weird, okay, which most people don't get us, right? What?
Health coach.
Yeah. I've got my tube top on, so I want to be decent here. And I had to hold my light through all that. And luckily I was exposed to the monsters and, you know, and it made light of the darkness for me. And then the Addams family. And I could super relate to that story because of Dark Shadows. And I believe at this time because my family was so locked into that show. And I remember my dad saying, I wonder where they got that storyline. And they got it from my dad. It was my story. It was going to be my story. That and like Marilyn in the Munsters. It was going to be an oddball light. It just wasn't going to fit in right. And here I am, still that. I've been that oddball light for a long time. My whole life. Because I've died. I've been in the heavenly light. I've had visions and premonitions and things that I assumed for a long time. A lot of people had. My mother warned me, be careful, watch the white coats. Do not trust the white coats. Not. And she warned me. For a long time, I didn't expose my powers at all. Not at all. I was a little tiny itty bitty dot. I was very small, and I wanted to stay that way. I kept my light very, very tiny inside of me, very protected under many layers of love and many layers of heavenly protection. I knew I was heavenly protected. I knew it. And I guess I wasn't given foreknowledge of how bad the future would be or what was in store for me. But I knew that there was a heaven. Even before I had my death experience, I had done so much astral traveling and so much connecting with the universe and rising above the earth and, you know, and the deep meditations and life regressions that my mother did with me. How could I not know who I was, really? And my mother did warn me enough, and so I did. I kept my light dim. And I ended up in abusive relationship after abusive relationship after abusive relationship. Repeat that just wouldn't go away. So anyway, so I was close with Pierre Gallardo and his family. I'm going to come full circle to get back to the point. I get off track, Jack, and that's a result of all this abuse I've suffered. But anyway. So there was this summer, and I got all this babysitting, $300 babysitting money. And I really held on to that light all that time till I was 12. And believe me, there was a lot. I died during that time. I went through a lot more than after I had my eye surgery. There's a lot more in store for Lori. But I'm not going to go into that story. Anyway, so, you know, Carol had mentioned that Pierre and his family were having hard times financially. They're really hurting. They had to come up with money. And, oh, hey, shoot, I just got $300 babysitting money. Here's $100. And $100 back in the 70s? A lot of money. It's a lot of money today. Especially for a 12-year-old girl. And we just wanted help. So I gave him that $100, right? I had babysit his girls, you know, while him and his wife were getting ready one night. And they were getting ready to go somewhere, out to an event or something. And I was sitting in this room, I'll never forget, the TV was on the floor. I thought it was weird, but I thought, well, they don't have any furniture, because there's nothing to sit on. There's no couch. There's nothing in this room but a TV. And I'm sitting there watching it, you know. I was probably watching The Addams Family or Monsters or something. Or Bewitched. Who knows? Anyway. So I'm sitting there, and he comes in you know, in his robe. And, well, you know, they're taking showers. They're getting ready to go out, of course. You know, they're getting fresh. No big deal. And he sits down next to me. He's kind of hanging out. Well, he's waiting for his wife to get out of the bathroom or something like that. You know, he sits down next to me. And he says, gosh, you know, I was standing at the pulpit all day long. I was standing, walking around doing ministry, standing at that pulpit. Gosh, my legs are killing me. They're cramping really, really bad. Gosh, they hurt, you know. And he's going like this, and he's rubbing his legs, you know. And he says, will you rub my legs for me, please, man? They really hurt. It would help me a lot if you rub my legs for me. Please rub my legs for me, right? Oh, okay. I didn't think anything of it, because I'm a healer. Yeah, I'll rub your calves for you. Sure, you know, it's no big deal. You know, I love you like a father. You know, why would I not want to, you know, just give your calves a massage while we're sitting here on the floor anyway? Yeah. I'll give you a massage on your calves. Okay. Well, you know, I got into that, what, about 1, 2, you know, 3 massages or so. And, oh, there goes that robe. Nothing on underneath. Nothing. He says, will you massage this for me? Really? Yeah, really. Really? You want me to do what? I want you to massage that for me. It's okay. Really? Ooh. Tower moment. Absolute collapse. Absolute full-on fucking collapse. My whole world just fucking crashed. World just crashed. Right there. And I got up and I said, you're supposed to represent God, Pierre. You're our representative of God, our Father, my Father. And you're asking a 12-year-old innocent little girl to nibble your giblets after everybody else has tried, and you are supposed to represent God? Wow. What's that say about God? Where the fuck is he? Because if you're supposed to represent God, then there must not be one. So I'm accountable now to no one. I'm accountable to no one. Now God is dead to me. Because if you're supposed to represent him, I don't want nothing to do with you. Or your God. Fuck your God. Where the fuck is he to save me now? In front of you with you want me to suck your nibble, you giblets, you dickhead motherfucker. Well, I kind of ran home after that. I didn't even say, his wife saw me bolting out of the house. Couldn't even talk. And went, well, that fucked their whole night up. And my brother David came back with a 357. Put it right to that fucker's forehead and said, you got 3 days to get the fuck out of Walnut Creek, fucker. But the damage was done to his little sister. The damage was already done. It was done. Done. That was going to be it for me. Nobody, no God, I'll do whatever the fuck I want, who I want, when I want, what drug I want, make as much money as I want, lie as much as I want, steal as much as I want, fuck you over, or fuck your brother, or fuck your daddy, or fuck anybody I wanted to. In other words, big fuck you. Okay? There's no God I have to answer to. Fuck this shit. Obviously, I'm not winning. Here, a bit. I'll just go totally dark. If you can't beat him, join him. Well, could I beat him? No. So what did I do? I let him. Just like my daddy did. I took away after dad. I just let the devil make me do it. Yeah, I did. There's no God to me. Not a bit. Atheist at best. Oh, I celebrated up on that mountain. Boy, did I party. Fuck it, eh? It was on. Luckily, I didn't take it to my other vortex. You know, the pretty little one that was a light one. I left that one alone. I have better places to delve into in Mount Diablo, believe me. Lots of places I never ventured as a little girl. I stayed away from, quite frankly. I didn't want to know what they were doing in those caves. I didn't want to know what they were doing in the wind caves. I didn't know what they were doing behind the caves, down below the mountain, whatever. I didn't want anything to do with it. When I was a little girl, I just floated my little vortex up there. It was a pretty little thing with dragonflies and butterflies and bumblebee. And I pet my little butt there as a little girl. And I stayed away from there. I never went there after I turned dark. I never went there after 12. I left that vortex where it was, you know. Maybe in a hope or a prayer. Someday it would get better. But in the meantime, I did all the drugs of the 70s. The coke was so good. And the crank. Whew. You got the purple or the blue or the pink or the brown. Oh, good God, you were going to be up for days. We had the best drugs around. We really did. Now, there was LSD and there was mushrooms and there was PCP, angel dust. There was, I'm sure heroin was out there for sure, coke, all that stuff. And I was more preferable to speed. I like my coke. I like my, and I like my crank. I did. And my pot. Well, I mean, medicine, my cannabis has been my medicine since I was 7. We grew up on it, okay? And my dad, you know, I'm Native American, and my dad would tell me, this is your medicine. And so it was good. Cannabis was never a bad thing for me. Or anybody I knew, for that matter. You know, Cheech and Chong, and up until, you know, it was always a good thing. But the government tried to control it, obviously. Look at people they put away for it. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so thank God we've come that far. Oh, you come a long way, baby. And that was a motto for Virginia Slim cigarettes, 1973. But anyway, so yeah, I went dark. I went so dark, and I did everything, and I really don't want to go there. You can imagine the most evil, okay? The house of David burned down in San Francisco when I was about 22. Yeah, we tore that shit up. You can look it up. You can Wikipedia it, go to the house of David in San Francisco. Yeah, it was on the pretty side. Anyway, so, yeah, we made sure that went down. Boy, did we get down. Anyway, so. And I went to Pier 39 for the exotic erotic Halloween ball every year. Quite the impressive sight. Well, then I was only 22. Shit. Dressed up with pretty much nothing. I went as a space alien one year. It was great. That was my favorite costume. It was all blue with sparkly little wig. And I had a little antenna. And I had a little blue orb. And had little sparklies all over, little antennas. All over the exotic erotic. But boy, I was a hot alien, let me tell you what. Oh, God, did I make the avatar. It was righteous. It was a great costume. I loved it. We had a great time. And we went every year. You know, sometimes I would go as a Valentine. They would stand for pictures for that one. We took lots of pictures on the third night. And everything else that wasn't divine. And I was in Haight-Ashbury's in Berkeley. I mean, come on, we were having a great time in San Francisco. Every kind of drug there could possibly be and everything you'd want. Free love, free fucking. Everybody was shagging and bagging and hagging and whatever. It was awful, really. It was the epitome of man. Yeah, the pit's right. My dad lived in Pittsburgh. What does that tell you? It's now Bay Point. Anyway, yeah, I turned it into Bay Point. Turned that chip around after I got found. So, you know, I don't want to go into the rest of the story. Homelessness, raped, you know, abused, foster home, you know, you name it. I really don't want to go there because everywhere I went I didn't fit in. Didn't matter. But I was so smart. I was so smart. So stupid at the same time. My dad would call me Ditzy Dingy. Oh God, what didn't he call me? Blondie. I had to have the blonde hair. I couldn't have got the black. What do you do? God help me, but boy, I paid. And I was always a target for somebody. Always. Always getting myself in, choosing the bad person. Choosing that habitual, you know, service need feed. Oh, I'll rescue them. I'll take care of it. It'll be better. Yeah, I'll have hope. Yeah, I'll shine enough light and they'll be fine. Yeah, right. Fuck. Talk about delusion. And I tried to get rid of them, but once they had me, then they would, like sucker fish, man. I could fucking lose them. Ugh. I still got them hunting me, I'm sure. Once they have me, then they, you know, then they don't want me. They throw me away and they cheat on me. Then they want me back. What the fuck, Jack? Talk about taking it up the back. Anyway, trying to kill me and everything if they can't have me. It's like, why didn't you feel this way when you fucking had me? Why didn't you appreciate me when I was there? You want me now that I'm fucking gone? Why didn't you hold the light and hold on? No. You fucking threw it away and said, be gone. I'm gonna fuck another bitch and do you wrong. Gee, thanks, man. I thought I was good to you. What did I do to you? I never cheated on you. I never did nothing. Boy, here it come. For some reason. I don't know why. Every one of them cheated on me, sleated on me, gave me AIDS, you name it. And then I'm gone. Oh man, wait a minute. I love you. I can't find anybody else like you. Wait a minute. No one's gonna do what you did for me. No one's gonna give me coffee like you, or make love to me, or cook for me, or go out of your way for me, or care for me if I'm sick. I can't find that out here now. What? The chick I fucked, well, she's just not like that. She's not you. Well, duh. You might have wanted to hold on. While you had me, you do. And everybody else I've loved, once I'm gone, then they fucking hate me. Because you can't have me. When they have me, they treat me like shit. What the fuck? What do you do with that? As long as I'm giving something, or bringing them something, or providing something, or you know, yeah. Fake love, what the... But when I'm sick, don't even get checked on. Fuck you, man, I want you dead. Try to get that around your head. I can't. I am now, I think. I'm trying with everything I am, loves, to understand it. And I'm just trying to give it to you in the skip so I can try to get my head around it. So thank you for listening and being patient, because it's a lot to listen to. And just venting it and being able to use my artistic ability this way to share the story is the only way I know how to express it. I cannot type it. I have to document it visually, vocally, descriptively, through the heavenly, with the grace of God Almighty. Because I'm not doing this on my own, and I haven't got through all this stuff on my own, loves. I wasn't. So, then, when I had Jacob, he was about 6 months old. He got through heart surgery, and we were homeless in Santa Ana. the thickest. I was so tired of living the life that it's just drugs and doing what you want, power. I was so weary and worn. And I was in a desperate situation to the max. And I heard a song about going home. It's like, gosh, I remember dying when I was 9. I remember the feeling of home. I remember God. I remember how good I felt, how warm and loved. And I just have not found that here at all. No way. I've tried from 12 to 27, man. To try to live down in this no man's, woe man's land. And the song about going home, it's like, gosh, I remember pulling away from this earth. And I still had abilities, but they were so suppressed in drugs and homelessness and abuse that I rarely used them. My mother told me, keep them suppressed. You let it out the wrong time. You let your abilities out the wrong time, the white coats are going to get you. You have to wait till God tells you to. Well, that was a long time coming. But the mission was to hold the light, no matter how dark the night. Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills. Sketch the trees and the daffodils. Catch the breeze and the winter chills. And colors on this snowy linen land. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. So I heard this song, and I listened to this song that I heard outside the church in Santa Ana, 1989. And I went into that church. I was so drawn by how it made me feel, the resonance of the music. And I just sat there and just took that music in. And the message that music had to bring about a homecoming. And I closed my eyes and just took all this music in, and I could see Heavenly Father's hand come down from heaven. Mighty hand with purple and the brightness yellow of heaven. Strong hand came down from heaven in my mind. I could see it. And reached down to this little chipit. A chittit. And he said, honey, if you hold on and grab my hand, I swear I will never let you go. Even though it's going to get hairier still, I will not let you go. I promise. I promise. I promise. I will not let you go. I will always be here. So I reached up in my mind. I grabbed, I held on to the interlocked man. Interlocked my Heavenly Father. And he pulled my chips out of that. And I ascended yet once again into that heavenly light. Like when I was 9 and I died in that car accident. He lifted me there. He held me so tight. He said, I know it's been so dark, honey, I know you, but you held your light. You held your light. Still got it. It's little itty bitty. You buried it really, you know. You buried it little itty bitty. Like a little kitty. But you did all right. You did great. But I got you now. Just hold on, honey. You're going to get off the drugs. You're going to make Jeff. And I'm going to bless you. Baby, don't you worry. I got you. 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 Okay, Father, I'm with you. And then I was back in the church and the music. It was instant, but it felt like such a long time, Father. He gave me so much love and light. Oh, it's beautiful. So anyway, right after that, I got my job at UTI, United Television Management Incorporated, and I became a marketing executive and telecommunications analyst from there. Had a great career, but I found out then Jake and I and Jeff had AIDS. And Jeff had brought it home through his IV drug use, even though I got him clean and sober on my insurance. God in heaven. I finally got a bead. And got off the streets and got clean and sober and all that, doing the steps with, adult recovery, 12 ACA, Adult Children of Alcoholics, to find out what happened to me. And I started learning what happened to me and why I kept picking bad people. It's a repetitive thing, but obviously I didn't understand nothing. Well, Jake got sick, and, of course he died, and that's a whole nother story. He suffered. After getting over open heart surgery at 3 years old, then to get hit with AIDS, not 9 months later, try that on for size. No, it did not get better, as you could probably imagine. It didn't, but God had promised me he would have me. And I believed him. Luckily, I held that light of Christ's deepest parts within me, no matter where that darkness was going to take me. I went there. And the light somehow stayed there. But anyways, and God's got me thus far, and here I am today. But what Piero Gallardo did to me, I gave him my power. I threw away my faith, but there are times where you question everything, and you throw it away. I did it myself. I was atheist at best. Who am I to say? I let it go. Even though I had direct experience with God when I was 9 and I died. Thank God I did, in a way, because that's probably the only thing that saved the light that I had within me. I had an innate ability, plus what my mother taught me spiritually about being connected with everything. And so I appreciate that lesson. And this is part of this purging. This is part of this getting rid of all that negativeness, all this old history, these traumas that just killed me. It still hurts today stuff. And I remember back how mean they were. It's evil, heartless, cruel, and mostly unusual. So, yeah. I'm going to turn around, pack a few smokes, and lighten up a little bit. So, and pardon my flow. Pardon moi, s'il vous plaît. Pardon my flow, s'il vous plaît. Yeah, so we'll just put you right there. There we go. And I'll get the tissue and blow my schnoz again here. So this is a good thing, we're at 48:12, 48:13. It's a long video, but it's a lot of truth. And, the best way to hear a story is to have someone read it for you, like an audio book, like I used to do for my mom. And, I got a friend who needs my attention, just hit me. But, this is like a written book, we will consider it an audio book from the person who actually wrote the story, and in the only way she can express her glory. And a little story of glory. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh. 7 sneezes. Yeah, that's all the fires in the air and all the volcanoes. All the crap. And the etherical told me it would happen like that. A lot of crap in the air. A lot of stuff up your schnoz. And it's, boy, gonna get hairy, because now that we've got COVID, a lot of people are gonna die. Guys, that people need to be ready for what they're going to see. And most are not at all. Everything I went through from the Mount Diablo Valley, everything I experienced is nothing compared to what this world is going to see. People dying, dropping like flies, going out left and right, man. I'm ready because I've been through the Mount Diablo Valley, so I can imagine the worst. My imagination could be pretty fucking strong. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. They said we're gonna have a lot more phlegm, a lot more allergies, yeah, we're gonna have that. It's okay. And yeah.
No.
Can I borrow it, please?
Yeah.
Oh, it's blue. It's pretty. Oh, here, if you're not attached to it, it's okay. I got another one.
Give it to you. Here.
No, I got another one here, man. No worries. We always got fire. We carry our fire with us everywhere. If I don't got that, I got this one. And here's where I pack my cigarettes, and here's my little space kitty guy. There it is again. I know I took a video of this. It's got images on images. It really does. Let me look at it. Space kitties. Space face. We can look at the space kitty. There's a kitty in there. There's a kitty there. There's a kitty there. See if I can get it closer. It's focusing. Sorry. Focus again. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, I'll turn it. Maybe get the other one better. That's a nice space kitty now. There's a kitty cat in there. It really is. Put the imagery in it, because we're ascending. We're ascending. Whatever imagery you see in that, you see. I know what I see. I see a face. Right there above the helmet. You know, and it's purple. Kind of hard to see, yeah. That's pretty. Yeah. Okay. And then we got our top O-matic, because you see you at the top. T2, Terminator 2. I'll tell you something. I've been packed a lot. So I'm going to reach out to my friend now. And we're sending in the light. That's right. We all need fire. And that's where we come from. Just so you know. My burning desire. Yeah. That's where we go back to. That light right there. It's warm. It doesn't burn. If I'm right, I've been known to be wrong. Please forgive me if so. We're all going to go back to plasma energy. If I'm correct, Lindo. But I've been known to be wrong. But I'm going to be up on San Isabella, God willing, or there in vicinity of. Somewhere on that mountain I'll be. In the highest frequency in the United States. The highest peak in Colorado. With the highest frequencies. Well, I couldn't think of a better place to be. I'm going to ride this one out. Ride her out. And it's only 18 miles from my new home. 2394, I forget the address right now, but it's great. In Colorado City, Rye, Colorado. Yeah, and I got my new job today. I got a great job with great people and real estate people who want to go into partnership with me, definitely. Because I have knowledge and wisdom that, wow. And she's great in communication, too. So I won today, even if I go out in a flame. I've won. Even if I go back to plasma, I go back to one. And so do you, loves. I love all of you. I'm resonating for all those other children of light who got caught in the night, who had to hold that light so bright. Excuse me, please. It's from crying and allergies from all these chips coming in. Just bear with it. The worst that can happen is we go back to light. You're going to see a lot of stuff come down. It's going to blow your mind. But those child of light, remember your training. Remember, now is the time to remember your training. To hold on to that light no matter what's going down around you. Because it's going to go down and they're going to fucking fall apart because they don't have the light, loves. They don't. And they're freaking out and they're going to be in fear and they're going to do shit that it's going to blow your mind. And how truth is going to come out and it's going to be found. And the light is coming down in a whole new way. It's a whole new way coming up, babies. Whole new way. I love you all. You know, I never video small. And, yeah. So, you know, here's a toke to y'all. Okay? Here's a toke to y'all. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Yeah. Our souls stay gold. They do not rust. Albert Einstein said it. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only transform lives. And all the history of a century, we know who we are. We know what's going on. And these guys are freaking out. So expect to see a full on. Because it's full on. It's time. It's now. We go. We don't be afraid. There's nothing to fear. What? So we go back to light? So what? Make us more powerful. Go ahead. Because they're going out and they don't like it. Yeah. The T2 is rising. The light is bigger than the darkness. The light stands out greater than the darkness. That's it. Period. And you're either rooted in the light or you're rooted in the dark. Take your pick. Well, here in the light, there's a big T. It stands for truth. Big T stands for truth. The truth trumps it all. And that's not political. Because if you don't have the truth, you don't have the way. And if you don't have the truth, you don't have the life. And if you don't have the truth, well, you fucked. Fuckers. So root yourself in the light. Take the opportunity to do what's right. Tell the truth. Make it simple. Keep it simple. So just tell the truth to keep it simple. Spare yourself the agony. Just keep it simple, sweeties. Just tell the truth as we did. What did they tell you? What did you see? How were you led to believe? How are you led to believe? Does the narrative have to start? Starts with chaos, but it ends up with order. Order out of chaos. Some kind of higher order is going to come out of all this. We have a revolution going on in our country. And the whole world, for that matter. And it's awful when you're a light and you feel like you don't matter. And you have no civil liberties, you have no parental rights, even though you have them and you pay child support. You have no rights, no liberties, no freedoms, really. You're locked into a system of servitude, while those with money just walk. They can murder their children in Pueblo, Colorado, and walk. And that's a hard truth about the place I live in, but it explains why God is delivering me to another place, maybe to rise it from a distance. Because his system has to change. God willing, I'll run for president. I'm just going to make it a 5757 timestamp, August 5th. I don't think it's midnight yet, but we're getting close, if not after. That's okay. This is what matters, is that we don't let him kill our light. You shine it bright, do good vibes, laugh, sing as much as you can. Ring, 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 ring. Ring those bells. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings, okay? Let me see if I can find my little dinghy. Can I find my dinghy? Oh, I found my glasses. I don't need those. I have clarity. Let's see if I can find my dinghy for you. Because we got to ding it out before, the pumpkin does it at whatever. Oh, yes. Oh, it's not my dinghy. But it's my USA for freedom. Oh, there's my dinghy. Oh, yeah. It's my dinghy. I found my dinghy. Yes, it's snack. It's freedom, USA, whatever. Yeah, we stood for that. We got to get back to that, Jack. Smack. Smack it with freedom. In a new way, we pray. A new way home. A new way home. We need a new way home. New way home. A new way home. We need a new way home. Our Father, great Creator, we need a new way home. Our Mother, precious Mother, we need a new way home. A new way home, a new way home. We need a new way home. A new